I'm glad to hear Horace Grant, who was NBA champion, who played with both Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Phil Jackson in Chicago, and then later on with Shaq and Kobe and Phil and then Lakers, and then with Orlando with Shaq, and speaking out about his rocky relationship with Michael Jordan. I'm glad to hear him speaking out. To hear the heinousness that Michael Jordan would tell the airline stewardess to don't feed this man after he played games because he didn't play up to a standard. What kind of plantation backwards mindset is that? Now, of course, Michael Jordan was wondering that people are going to think he wasn't going to be very liked off the documentary. Well, duh. I knew that. I mean, I always know that he was a grade A, you know what, back in the day. Grade A. When he said it about Isaiah Thomas, I'm like, look, that's the pot calling the kettle double black. Come on now. Everybody know Michael Jordan. Yeah, he's one of the greatest basketball players and successful and all that. However, he ain't nobody nice. I'm sorry. He just ain't. He was despicable to his teammates, and he still got this bitter resentment with Isaiah Thomas 30 years later. Like, I'm like, man, get over it, man. Shoot. Why? Because Zeke was a smaller version of you and he beat you? He beat you too. And you know it, you know. And I like it. To be honest with you, that's why Michael Jordan ain't the best to me, because I seen cats beat him. He won in a watered down era, and it was watered down. I mean, it ain't like he had to go through Boston and Detroit every year when he was winning. He won, but it was watered down. He said so. Him and Rodman said so on 92, 93 with expansion, all the other stuff. It made stuff them to get through. It's a big difference when you look at it, you know. But the thing about it is his funky attitude. No, I'm not going to take nothing away from his greatness as a player and the party pitchman and his successes. But he's a funky dude. And when I say funky, I ain't talking about the good funk. I'm about funky time, like funky time. Cause to do that to Horace Grant, and I remember when Orlando beat them when Jordan made that little trying to be cocky comeback when he came back to number 45 and he had to switch back 23, and Shaq and them put Horace Grant over their backs. Why do you think Dennis Rodman got to Chicago? Why do you think they made that trade? Because that was the Horace Grant reaction. That was the best, sweetest revenge. It's a shame it couldn't have lasted longer, but it was nice while it did. Because Jordan was so pompous with it. And he's just, he's got that get off my lawn mindset. But when you hear that a teammate is going to do that, and he's literally taunting this guy and bullying him, I mean, there's nothing. This is sometimes it's better not to say nothing at all if you're Michael Jordan. Let us just go through the illusion of your greatness as a player and the marketing of you. But when you open up your mouth, it's not very evolved. Not a very evolved situation, not as a person, and not to where people still harbor ill will to you that played with you, you know. And I know there have been royal cases in different sports, but I've also seen guys that were great that didn't have to. I always think that if you're a manager or a boss or you're in a situation, you can do things and say things and apologize or go on, but you never have to showboat or rock the boat to get your point across. Because that grandstanding and trying to bully somebody is a tacky turkey move. But Michael Jordan, great, but he is a tacky turkey. And he ain't exactly the warmest brother. That shows how he treated some folks. So the documentary ain't gonna make him look any more enduring. People will marvel at his talent, his success, and all that. And some of that, a lot of that stuff is the superficial stuff. But when it comes to him personally, he ain't nobody you want to kick it with. Because you're just too many games, too many mind jetter games, too many head games. And he lucky Horace Grant ain't trying to get a piece of him, or Isaiah too. Because I'm like, why is he still acting like a punk about these situations after all these years? Why ain't he man enough to say he's sorry? And why, with Steve Kerr, any of them, that mess was uncalled for. So, anyway, that's my thoughts and takes about the trifling, cruel way that Michael Jordan treated Horace Grant. And Horace Grant can set the record straight because he's telling Shannon Sharp. And his story would be very compelling. And it'll put a lot of stuff in perspective about Michael Jordan. Hit the like, subscribe, and the bell rings a new video. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for one another. And you don't have to be a bully or do cheap tactics to get your climb on. You got to still show people respect, because the same way you go up can be the same way you go down. And people don't forget. I'm out. Peace.